All right, so it is a bit of a rainy day here in Pennsylvania, but today we're going to be talking about Ginkgofest USA 2025 and doing a little bit of a spring update. So let's go inside because it's a little rainy out here. Let's go inside and talk a little bit about what Ginkgofest is and then take a look at some of these updates. So let's go do it. All right, so Ginkgofest USA 2025. A little backstory in case you don't know about it. Last year, I had a whole bunch of ginkgo seeds that germinated for me. I believe it was about 35 or so. And I had a lot of success germinating them from seed from a tree in my town. But you know, I just, I don't need 35 seedlings. So I decided to give them away, as well as give away 4 additional little ginkgo seedlings from a different tree that's near my work. And yeah, I shipped them out to I think about 25 to 27 people, I believe, are part of the project. I did a little late winter update on it that you can check that video out down below. But yeah, today we're going to just check in with everybody and see how their ginkgo seedlings are doing, see how their seeds are doing. Did they make it? Did they not make it? So yeah, without further ado, let's dive in and see how everybody's ginkgo seedlings are doing. All right, so we're going to work our way through the USA from west to east. So to start off, we're going to check in with Billy, otherwise known as the Bald Yeti from Alaska. So Billy recently sent me a video on how his seeds and seedling are doing, so let's take a look at that.
It is June 2025, and these are my 2 ginkgos. This is the one grown from seed. It's not doing too bad, but it got most of its leaves outside. Whereas this one back here was the rooted one that Dave sent me. And it kept its leaves for quite a while, but eventually those leaves died off and the new bud hasn't quite come in yet. Looks like it might. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm probably too shaky. Looks like it might come in still, but I don't know. Regardless, be back when I got more to show you.
All right, so your one from seed is looking good there, Billy. If I were to bet, I'd say the older one still has some life in it. And yeah, hopefully it recovers in the summer and puts out some growth for you. And yeah, if you don't already follow Billy here on YouTube, do yourself a favor and check out his channel. He has a whole bunch of videos over there and lots of great bonsai content there. All right, so next we have Alex from Washington State. So Alex told me that apparently Alex's kitty decided to have a nibble at some of the leaves on the seedling, so it hasn't grown as well as it could have, and it has since been moved to a much higher spot. On a brighter note, Alex did get one of the seeds that I sent to sprout, and apparently it's growing really well so far. So good news, and I hope they both have a great summer growing season. So next up we have David from Washington State. So I got this photo from David, and he said that sadly he doesn't think that the ginkgo survived the transplant into a mini pond basket, even though he did it well before bud break. He said there's still a bit of green cambium when scratched, so it's been in partial shade for the past 2 months. He said the 4 seeds didn't germinate, though one did emerge with leaves on a main stem. Well, that's definitely a bummer that the seeds didn't make it, but it's a good sign that the seedling still has some green at the cambium though. So hopefully it'll get a second push of growth when it gets warmer, and yeah, thanks for the update, David. All right, next up we have John from Washington State. So John has a great YouTube channel, which I will link down below, and it's definitely one to check out for some excellent bonsai work. So last time we saw John's ginkgo seedling, he did a big chop on it to help get rid of some of the long and lankiness of the seedling. And back in May, John actually sent me this photo of his ginkgo showing some spring growth and a handful of leaves starting to bud out. So the low prune definitely paid off for him, as the seedling seems to have pushed out new growth not really affected by the prune. And recently he sent me this video on how everything is doing, so let's take a look at that.
Hey Dave, I thought I would show you your
ginkgo seedling. It's doing pretty good. I won't be doing much to it this year. Just gonna let it grow. Yeah. I'm hoping, maybe beyond hope, that I get one on the right there where that bud scar is, or that leaf scar. It's got good movement down on the base. Yeah, quite like it. And then I will pause this and I'll show you the only survivor of the 4 seeds. So here's the only survivor. Now I know squirrels pilfered 2 of these. I know that for sure because there was dig marks in there, and it was in a cage, but it was in this and they slipped through there. So yeah, they took 2 of them, and I did dig up. I believe the other one is there, but I digged them up, and just a little bit, just to see if they're there, and they're swelling and the radicals were coming out. So I thought I was gonna get 2, but just the one. But it's a strong grower. Pretty leaf shapes. So yeah. All right, looking good, John. I'm excited to see how these grow. So yeah, check out John's YouTube channel, which I will link down below. It's definitely one to check out for some excellent bonsai work. Next up, we have Ben from the YouTube channel Bonsai Northwest from Idaho. So recently, Ben sent me a couple photos as well as a video on the status of his ginkgos. So let's take a look at that video.
Here's my Ginkgofest ginkgo, looking really healthy, doing well. As for the seeds, I put them in a moist paper towel in a plastic bag with some cinnamon in it and put them in a dark spot and forgot about them for a while. And then came back and they were looking kind of moldy, and so I took them out of the bag. They hadn't germinated yet, and I planted them over here in this corner, and I was looking for some little ginkgo seedlings, but I don't see anything, so I'm not sure if they're going to germinate. Anyways, as for the ginkgo, I don't know what I plan to do with it for like styling, but for this growing season at least, I just plan to let it grow.
So that is a bummer about those ginkgo seeds there, Ben. But I'm happy to see your seedling looking happy and healthy. I hope it grows well for you this summer. And yeah, for everyone else out there, go check out Ben's channel. His work is really top notch. So head on over to his channel and check out more of his collection. All right, so next up we have Dave from Minnesota from the YouTube channel Dave's Bonsai and Bonsai Acres. So recently Dave sent me a video on the status of his ginkgo seedling. So let's take a look.
Welcome to the PSGF, Dave, and I'm sorry this took so long, but a little bit of an update for Ginkgofest 2025. Now, it is slowly approaching the middle part of June already. Where does the time fly? I'm out of school and I'm in bonsai heaven. And of course, there's no better place I'd rather be than in the PSGF. And today, the update that I promised you, Ginkgofest 2025. Let's go ahead and dig up the tree. Yeah, isn't this pretty sad, Dave? I haven't done anything to the ginkgo since you sent it to me. So that's the update. We'll see you all later on the next one. Cut. No, I'm kidding. This is a beauty of a specimen that's starting to get a secondary set of leaves down in here. Starting to produce that secondary set of leaves. And we're going to get it out of this pot that you sent me, and we're going to give it a little bit of love today for a little update, live and in living color. Here we go. So, I don't know if anybody out there in the world, except my good friend Steve from Steve's Backyard Bonsai, has been using the bonsai shoes from Triagami. So these are 3D printed bonsai training pots, and the whole bottom is a mesh. And they're really good for making a lot of roots because all the roots hit here. They don't swerve around the edges. They just go there. If they come out, they hit air and they die. So it's kind of like those root grower pots. So far, I have had some really good luck with these little pots so far. So great for this kind of thing. So here we go. I think that's going to work. We're going to put it in there. So not going to be too much effort here. So we can do an update. We'll put a little fresh bonsai soil on the bottom, just like so. And some of the Some of the fines will actually sift through that, which is okay, but there's plenty of bigs to hold in there strong. There we go. And then, let's do the repot. Here we go. All right. Now, most of us talk about repotting in the spring before the leaves come out. The leaves have come out, I'm too late. I have a lot of roots there, but I'm not going to monkey with a single one of them. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to spread it out here. Oops, let's get rid of the mesh though. We're just going to spread this out right here. Make a nice 360-degree root pattern right here in the new Triagami pot. Look at that. I hardly have to do a thing, and it's in place. Now, I'm not worried about position. I'm not worried about anything with this tree in regards to, hey, the design of this tree, because that's going to be later. This is so young, and I just want to get it to grow some nice roots and put it in a nice pot for Dave over at Dreaming of Bonsai. So here we go. And with that, we're going to give it a lot of water. I'm starting to spray myself here, all the draining water. Here we go. We have a beautiful specimen of a tree. There's the Ginkgofest update from Dave's Bonsai here in the PSGF. Short and sweet, Dave. Thank you so much for doing this. We'll see you on the expo, or maybe this will be shown on the expo. Who knows with the timing of it all, but there we have Ginkgofest, Dave's Bonsai version. And what will I do with this long term? You'll have to stay tuned for the next update. Now, to be a little bit extra on the safe side, I'm going to do a Nigel Saunders. And on the safe side, we're going to put a couple rocks on there to hold it in place. So there we go, Ginkgofest 2025, live and in color. All right, we'll see everybody next time.
All right, looking great there, Dave. It's funny, as soon as you sent me this video, I went straight to the Triagami website and picked up a couple of those pots. So I'm excited to try them out myself sometime soon. So one thing I want to mention is that Dave has been a fantastic champion in the bonsai community here on YouTube. And one thing that he's been doing that has me super excited is a big event he's putting together on January 26th called the YouTube Bonsai Expo. It'll be an all-day live stream over on his channel with a ton of great bonsai hobbyists, professionals. It's going to be a lot of fun, and he actually invited me and anyone else that's involved with Ginkgofest to come on and chat with him on a panel to talk about this fun little project that we have going on over here. So yeah, check that out on July 26th. If you go over to his channel, I'm sure he has tons of information where you can find out anything you need to know about the event. And yeah, good luck with your ginkgo seedling, Dave, and I'm excited to see what you have in store for that ginkgo in the future. Next, we have Kevin from Minnesota. So recently, Kevin sent me some photos with an update of his ginkgo seedling and seeds. As you can see, all 4 of his seeds have popped out of the soil. He said he planted his seedling in coca coir and perlite in his cold frame for the winter, but now has it on his patio with the rest of his trees. He said the ginkgo I sent him is in a pond basket to start, and mentioned that the seeds took almost 3 months to pop, but so far they've come up well. He said one is a bit weak but still growing, and he wants to get the seedlings separated hopefully later this year and in their own pots. Then he's going to put them in a small forest planting next year. So yeah, that's an excellent plan there, Kevin. I think the forest planting idea is definitely going to work out for you. So thanks for the update, and we'll catch you on the next one. Next up, we have Shunyang from Minnesota. So recently he sent me 2 photos and said that the one on the left is the older ginkgo seedling and that the one on the right is the only one of the 4 seeds that germinated. He said that the older one doesn't seem to grow much. So hopefully in the summer it'll pick up a little bit for you, and yeah, keep us updated, and we'll see what it looks like in the future. All right, so next we have Joe from Wisconsin. So Joe got his ginkgo seeds and seedling back in April and sent me this photo saying the tree arrived in good shape. Joe said he's keeping it inside with his repots until it stops freezing at night, and said he is going to set up the seed soon and is looking forward to its development. Same here. Yeah, keep us updated, Joe. These are looking good so far. Next up, we have David from the YouTube channel Classy Bonsai from Missouri. So about 2 months ago, David posted a video on his YouTube channel showing the next steps he has taken with his ginkgo seedling. So I'll link the whole video below, but I thought I'd play a few clips from that video here.
Welcome back to Classy Bonsai. We're going to do a little update on the Ginkgofest tree. I'm going to plant it outside today. That was the goal all along for me with the Ginkgofest tree. I'm going to stick it in the ground for a year or two, maybe longer, who knows. We're going to let it fatten up. We're going to grow it in the ground. Probably going to plant it over the top of something so that the roots kind of flare out. So let's get out there, check it out. This is my little tree garden. Those are my tridents over there, leafed out already. Hawthorns. We're going to plant the little ginkgo right here on this piece of wood. Let's get after it. Alright, hole dug, the board in. I put some good soil underneath. I have a bunch of soil here that's better than my natural dirt. Oh, look at those wild roots. Alright, well, I'd rather not have all these roots. Boy. But I don't think I have a choice here but to keep them. Can't even see the little feller. There it is. It's already starting to push a bud. I had to hurry up and get it in here. Here it is next to my 6-inch shears.
So yeah, a fantastic idea of putting it in the ground to let it thicken up. And recently, David sent me an updated video on how it's doing now. So let's take a look at that one too.
Greetings from Classy Bonsai. I'm going to give you a little Ginkgofest update. Dave Harding reached out to me, said he wanted to see how the trees are doing. I'm going to show you the first thing here in my greenhouse is the seeds I planted. And only one of them came up. But hey, one of them came up. So that's pretty cool. And then out here in my garden, we have the one I planted in the ground. And it looks like the top section died on it. But it grew a couple branches. So we got that going for us, which is nice. Alright, stay classy out there.
So yeah, the seedling is looking great, and really happy you were able to get one of those seeds to germinate. So yeah, check out his channel, Classy Bonsai, where he has loads of great bonsai videos over there. Next up, we have Wally from Arkansas. So recently, Wally started his own YouTube channel called Natural State Bonsai. There he's been showcasing some of his collection, doing bonsai work, so go check that out. That's a lot of great stuff there. So he posted a video about a month or so ago of him working on his Ginkgofest tree, and I'll link the full video down below, but he mentioned that earlier this year he did a temporary slip pot of his ginkgo into this green container here. And in the video, he did another slip pot into this black bonsai pot. So that will definitely give the roots a lot more room to grow. He said he laid it in a base of pumice, then used his bonsai mix of turfus, pumice, chicken grit, and compost. And recently, Wally sent me a video of what it looks like now, so let's take a look at that.
Hello, welcome to Natural State Bonsai. Today I'm going to do an update on my ginkgos that I got from Dave Harding and for Ginkgofest 2025, and I thought I would share you what kind of progress I've made so far. So we'll first start with this smaller one. This was a seed that some seeds that I got from Dave Harding. He sent me 4, maybe 5 seeds. Well, unfortunately, only one of them germinated. This is the one that germinated, and that germinated probably about 6 weeks ago. And so this is what I have so far for 6 weeks. And it's starting to lignify the trunk a little bit, and looking real nice. I've left it straight, and just want to say thank you to Dave for providing the seeds to me. It does give me a second ginkgo that I didn't have, and I'm looking forward to seeing the progress on this one as time goes on. Now we'll take a look at the ginkgo that Dave sent me that was a smaller twig, and see what it looks like. So here's the original ginkgo that Dave sent me for Ginkgofest 2025. When I first got this, it was nothing but a little twig, and actually it was only about this tall. And so I put a little bit of movement in it, and about month and a half ago, I went ahead and slip potted it into this black pot. So the trunk is completely lignified. It's starting to get a little bit of bark on it, and it's progressing really nicely. Let's take a closer look at this. As you can see, it's doing very nicely. Got some really nice leaves on it, and the trunk is looking really, really nice. And so, Dave, thanks. I just want to give you a quick update on your ginkgo.
So looking good there, Wally, and the seedling looks great. The one from seed looks great. So yeah, everything seems to be moving along nicely for you. And yeah, everybody go check out Wally's new YouTube channel, Natural State Bonsai. I'll put a link down below for you all to click it and take a look. So now we have Rack from the YouTube channel Budget Bonsai from Tennessee. So Rack has a great YouTube channel where, as you can guess, he focuses on creating bonsai on a budget. And recently he's been sending out some people in the bonsai community his tripods, which he's created, which are little mame style bonsai pots. So he sent me one, and yeah, mine is still doing great, Rack. So a couple months ago, Rack posted a video of him starting the germination process of his seeds. And it looks like they're in a mix of cocoa coir and some type of organic soil. I'll link the full video below so you can see the whole thing, but yeah, very cool, and I can't wait to see how your seeds and seedling are doing in the future. And coming up next is Kevin, otherwise known as Deciduous Snub from Indiana. So Kevin sent me a video update recently, so let's take a look at that.
Hey Dave, Kevin here, also known as Deciduous Snub. Here in Zone 6, Southeast Indiana. And here's an update on the ginkgo from Ginkgofest 2025. It's doing okay. Not the most vigorous. It's been sunburnt or something. The leaves don't look the best. But it's doing alright. I have been keeping it down here on the lower shelves to keep it slightly shaded. And I repotted this in April, I think. I took just a little bit off of the roots and I potted it in a mix of organic soil and bonsai soil for good drainage. Keep the rocks in here to keep the squirrels out, which brings me to my next point. Those seeds that you sent, those ginkgo seeds, they didn't turn out so well. Squirrels got them, or something got them. Possibly a chipmunk or a mouse, I don't know. But still have this. Probably keep growing it in this pot for the remainder of the year. And then next year I will probably put it in the ground somewhere, protected, for 1 or 2 years maybe, I'm thinking. Probably start training it as bonsai eventually. And I'll be sure to update you regularly. Looking forward to seeing everybody else's trees for Ginkgofest. See ya, Dave.
All right, so your ginkgo looks to be in really good shape there, Kevin. That pot and soil look like they're keeping it super healthy. But thanks again for sharing the video, and I hope you have a great growing season. So yeah, check out his channel, Deciduous Snub. Definitely worth checking out. Next up, we have Travis from Georgia. So back in April, Travis sent me this photo of his ginkgo seedling looking super healthy. So great to see that it's acclimating well for you. He also sent me this photo showing that one of his seeds germinated and is pushing out a little baby trunk there. So good news coming in there from Travis in Georgia, and good luck with your ginkgos. All right, so next up we have Taco from Taco's Bonsai from Virginia. So no updates from Taco at the moment, but we will stand by for future updates. Next up we have Patrick from Ohio. So Patrick sent me 2 photos of his ginkgos and said that he did a repot in the spring without doing any root pruning or top pruning. He said you can see it shot out its leaves, but as of right now, it seems to be sulking a little bit. Well, it's still kicking, so that's good, and hopefully it's just a slow starter, and maybe it'll put on some more growth when the summer hits. So yeah, thanks for sharing, Patrick. Next up, we have Jay from Michigan. So Jay recently sent me some updates and had some very detailed notes. He said on March 26th, he pre-germinated the 4 seeds. The seedling had bud break during shipping, so he left it in the pot. On April 13th, 2 seeds germinated and planted. On May 4th, 1 seed germinated and planted. On May 14th, 1 seed germinated and planted, his runt of the litter. He told me that all 4 have broken the soil line, with number 4 just barely starting to peek out and starting to grow. He'll probably leave them alone for this season and most likely divide number 1 and 2 into separate pots. And he planted them in a soil blend, which is not a bonsai mix. The year-old seedling was transplanted into soil just a couple weeks ago due to cold weather all spring, and it's been living indoors with his veggie seedlings under grow lights. He said it has a crook at the base, so he lightly wired the stem to take advantage of the curve and made a gentle S-curve. So this one is living on a covered porch outside with morning sun only and not yet full sun. When he transplanted it, the roots were very healthy, so he'll probably watch it until fall, and said he has about an inch of growth already. So thank you for the detailed notes, Jay, and it seems like you're having a load of success with your seed and seedlings. And I hope they grow well for you for the rest of the growing season. Next up, we have Doug from Pennsylvania. So Doug got his ginkgo seedling and seeds in late March 2025 and said everything arrived safe and sound. And recently he shared with me this photo of his ginkgo seedling looking fantastic. He said all 4 of his seeds germinated, so that's great news. And he sent me this photo saying out of the 4 he grew from seed, he is keeping these 2 here, and said he gave the other 2 to a fellow Pennsylvania bonsai friend. So great news coming in from Doug. All 4 seeds germinated and the seedling is doing well. You can't get much better than that. So, and you were able to share the wealth and give 2 of the seedlings away. That's awesome. I'm super happy you were able to do that. Sharing the wealth. So thanks for letting us know, and we'll catch you on the next one. Next up, we have Adriel from Pennsylvania. So back in late March, Adriel sent me these photos when he planted up his ginkgo seeds and seedling in what appears to be a bit of the bonsai mix I sent over in the seedling, as well as some bark or maybe orchid bark. The seeds look to be in a humidity tray, and I love what's going on here with the teacup. That is, that's super cool. He said when he planted the ginkgo seeds that 2 of them sprouted, so that's great news. Then in April, he sent me this photo where you can see he took the older seedling and added some wrap and wire to create a nice little bend in the trunk. So looking great. Then a month later, he sent me these photos where you can see he took the 2 little seedlings out of their container, wrapped them together, added some wire, and created a single fusion bonsai. So super creative idea. And finally, for our most current update, he sent me this little video of both plantings. So let's take a look. Oh, they look awesome, Adriel. I'm really digging what you're doing with these. So super creative idea with the fusion. That's a really cool one. I like that. So they're really starting to shape up, and yeah, thanks for the update. We'll catch you on the next one. Next up, we have my nephew Dom from Pennsylvania. So recently Dom sent me this video of his ginkgo outside in what I believe is a 5-gallon bucket. It looks like he has some nice organic soil in there, so that's great. And it has loads of room to grow in that bucket, so those roots are going to be going crazy down there. So yeah, that thing will grow nice and big in that bucket, and yeah, you're going to have a good one there, Dom. So thanks for sharing. Next up is my grandfather-in-law, John, otherwise known as Peep from Pennsylvania. So Peep got his ginkgo about a month or so ago, and he sent me this photo of his ginkgo outside looking great. It's looking nice and healthy, the leaves are looking good. So yeah, I know it's in good hands with you, Peep. So yeah, we'll stay tuned and see how it looks again in the future. Next we have Caitlin from Pennsylvania. So me and Caitlin work together at my job, and she's been keeping her ginkgo inside here at her desk. So I get to visit this one pretty often. So you can see it's grown pretty well, and we'll see how this looks again in a couple months. So it's keeping on, keeping on. All right, so next we have James from Pennsylvania. So no updates from James, but we'll come back to James next time and see if we can get an update from him. Next up we have Matt from the YouTube channel Bobcat Bonsai. So I sent Matt his ginkgo seedling and seeds not that long ago actually, and he recently posted a video over on his channel doing an unboxing of his package, wiring it up, as well as talking about what he's going to do for his styling. And I'll link the full video down below so you can check it out. He also sent me another video further explaining some of his styling ideas, so let's take a look at that.
Hey Dave, Matt here over at Bobcat Bonsai, and checking in with you on the Ginkgo Palooza. So what I've decided to do with my ginkgo is work in Cosmiku or Cosmic Bonsai style. I thought that it would be pretty cool to watch this guy grow into it. So let's check in with where I'm at right now. So the current state of the tree, I moved it into a bigger pot to promote some stronger root growth and let it get deeper and really just eat its way up to grow some bigness. So it's in this weird little pot here, and I love it. You'll notice right now it kind of looks like an informal upright, which is kind of where we're at with it. But as the branches begin to grow in, we'll let them grow out and they get really, really long. But we have to shrink them down by giving them a nice little spiral to just take them all the way in. So every branch that comes off it is going to end up with like little spirals that just make it have like the craziest little spin. So each branch is going to end up coming in like this and just having just different size spirals and everything everywhere. Basically, I'm just trying to make it look like it came from out of this world. But that's my update on my ginkgo for now. Look forward to the next check-in to see where we're at. Have a good one.
So yeah, that's an excellent plan there, Matt. This is going to be a really fun one to watch in the future. And yeah, definitely go check out Matt's channel, Bobcat Bonsai, and follow him along on his bonsai journey. Next up, we have Andrew from Buffalo Bonsai from New York. So Andrew has his own YouTube channel, Buffalo Bonsai, which I definitely recommend you check out. He creates great, mostly short form videos over on his channel and has a bunch of videos of him working on his bonsai collection, so go check him out. So a few months ago, Andrew posted a video on his channel where he took his seeds that were germinating in a bag and put them in some soil. So I'll link the full video down below so you can check out that whole thing. Then about a month or so ago, Andrew posted a video on his channel of him doing a repot on his ginkgo seedling. So I'll link the full video down below, but I wanted to share a couple clips from that here. So let's take a look.
My Ginkgofest ginkgo is starting to push out some leaves, so now I think is a good time to repot it. And this is the pot that I've picked out to put it in. It's just a plastic thing from, I don't really remember what it's from, probably leftovers or takeout or something. But we're gonna use that and we're gonna put that in there, and without any further ado, let's get into that. So the first thing I'm gonna do is get it out of this pot. That was pretty easy. And get it out of here. Check out the roots. Well, there's not too many roots on it, but that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna grow some more roots. Fire it in there with the chopstick. And the last thing to do is give it some water. And add a little gnome with a watering can. Thanks for watching, everyone. Catch you in the next one.
Oh, I'm loving that little gnome there, Andrew. It's looking great. And recently, Andrew sent me a couple photos of his ginkgo here. So yeah, it looks like it's leafed out nicely after the repot and looks to be growing really well. He did say, unfortunately, that the 4 ginkgo seeds didn't grow after he planted them. So that's definitely a bummer. But at least the main seedling is doing well. So yeah, go check out Andrew's channel, Buffalo Bonsai, where you can check out the full repotting video of his ginkgo and loads of other bonsai that he works on. All right, next we have Steve from Steve's Backyard Bonsai from New York. So Steve has a great YouTube channel that you should definitely check out. He's got a vast selection of trees in his bonsai collection and always shares fantastic videos of him working and refining his trees. So around mid-March, Steve posted a video on his channel where he did a repot on his ginkgo seedling, and I'll link the whole video down below, but you can see he took the seedling out of the little mac and cheese container that I sent him and gave it a little bit of a root prune and put it into a new bonsai pot. Also, Steve recently told me that unfortunately his seeds are not sprouting, so that kind of stinks. That's a bummer. But I do have a special video that he shared with me showing how his seedling is doing today, so let's take a look at that.
Hello and welcome to a special edition of Steve's Backyard Bonsai. This is the ginkgo which was gifted to me for the purpose of the Ginkgofest 2025 challenge, or just Ginkgofest 2025. I don't recall exactly, but it has always wanted to be an upright tree. And I'm going to encourage it to be an upright tree by cutting it back maybe next year, maybe the year after, and seeing if I can develop something down lower. If the tree decides to do it on its own, that's fantastic. But I want to have an upright tree. I do have a few surviving ginkgos, I'm happy to say. My warning to every ginkgo person out there is that the bunnies love them. So if you're overwintering them outdoors, be sure to protect them from rabbits. So that's my current look at my Ginkgofest 2025 tree.
All right, looking good there, Steve. So I'm happy to see your seedling is still trucking along. You know, slow and steady wins the race, I guess. So yeah, I hope it keeps on keeping on for the rest of the season. And thanks again for sharing. And everyone out there, go check out Steve's channel, Steve's Backyard Bonsai. Definitely worth checking out. Last but not least, we have Mike from Connecticut. So back in about mid-March, Mike sent me this photo saying he wired up the trunk of his seedling and put it in his bonsai soil, which is akadama, pumice, lava rock, and pine bark. And he also gave it its first dose of fertilizer 2020. So very nice, Mike. Love that curve. And recently Mike sent me this photo saying that he's been watering it when dry and it had Osmocote on it for probably 6 weeks, but says it's looking pretty anemic and hasn't really grown for a while. He said he did some research and thinks he had too much moss on it, causing it to feel overwatered, and said he's going to take some remedial steps and let us know how it goes. And unfortunately, he said his seeds never germinated, so that's again another bummer. But at least the ginkgo seed is still chugging along, and yeah, we'll come back in the future to see how it works. So thanks for checking in, Mike. All right, and that is it for our spring 2025 update. So thank you to everyone involved. I really appreciate you sharing your updates with us. And it's so cool that everybody's doing something different. All these trees are spread across the US, and everyone's doing something a little bit different in each of their microclimates. So it's been a really fun experiment. So I really appreciate everybody involved. But before we wrap this up, I got one more thing I'm going to show you all. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to be doing with my Ginkgofest trees. So let's go take a look at that. All right, so here are all the reserve trees of Ginkgofest USA 2025. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 trees left. So we have 6 trees left, but I'm actually going to take one of these trees and make them my contribution to Ginkgofest. So I think the one that I'm going to choose is going to be this one, because this was the first tree that germinated. So yeah, I like this one. And I actually had this one in my office for a while. I don't know if you can read it there, but this one actually germinated on March 3rd, 2024. So yeah, this was the first one to germinate. So I'm going to use this one for my Ginkgofest tree, as well as some of the seeds that I've been germinating. I don't know if you can see them there. Let's let me clear this stuff out, and I'll show you these over here. So here are the seeds that I was growing from seed this year, from the same batch that I sent out the seeds from for everybody else for Ginkgofest. So there's about 3 more that I have outside for these, but I think I'm going to use 4 for my idea what I'm going to do. And my idea is, for me, I'm going to take 4 of these little seeds or seedlings, and I'm going to take this main one over here, and I'm going to make a little forest. So so I'm going to be using this pot here, and yeah, we're going to make a little forest planting with this. It'll be a little tight, but you know, we'll see how it goes. But the first step for me is I want to take these out of the soil. I'm not going to do any root pruning on them. I'm just going to take them from this soil here and put it into the other container. So let's do this. So I think the best way to do this is to literally just dump out the soil and put it back in. So let's try this. All right. Let's try not to break any of the ginkgos in the process. Kind of loosen it up a little bit. Oh boy, it's gonna get messy quick. I want to do as little damage as possible. So there's one right there. You can see it has a little seed on it. So it doesn't really matter what 4 I use. Just want to grab 4 of them. All right, so there's 2. 3. Let's see if we can go with this guy. Just gently taking it out. Try not to break any of the roots. Oh, it looks like I broke a little bit of that root there, but hopefully that'll be okay. And here's our 4th one. So now that we have our 4 little ginkgos, I'm going to bring this back up. And I'm just going to put these remaining 2, keep them in the soil here. So I'm going to clean this up and we'll come back and take a look at this. All right, and here are the 4 little ginkgos there, as well as the older ginkgo here. So I'm going to take this out of the soil here, and we're just going to do a little slip pot on this one. So I'm going to keep as much of the soil as I can. There we go. Try not to mess with that too much. So that's empty. And next up, we are going to just put it right into the container here. So I need to cut a little drainage screen for this bottom piece here. So let me do that quick. And let's see how we did. That looks good to me. All right, so let's just take a quick peek at this. So we have our 2 drainage screens here. This one's coming up pretty easily, so that's good. And the second one is a little bit more complicated. All right, I think we got that out with minimal damage. Alrighty, so this one kind of comes down and over to the side, but it's not the time of year to do any pruning on this because we got lots of white tips here. So we're just gonna let it be. So even though this is like super long there, I'm not touching that because this has never been root pruned. Yeah. All right, so now we have our little seedlings from this year and our other seedling from last year. And let's put some soil in here. I'm going to reuse all of this soil here as well. And let's arrange this a little bit. It doesn't really matter which one goes where. It doesn't matter at this moment. But I do want 2 on each side. You know, I think I changed my mind. I want to change this to just 3 trees and not 5 because I think 5 is way too tight for this small of a pot. So I think I'm just going to go with 3 on mine. So this one and this one I'll put away and back in a separate container. We're just going to have 3 in this planting. Get some of these air pockets out. Okay, so yeah, I think that'll do it. And let's get some water on this thing. Got some good drainage coming out the bottom, super good. All right, that will do it. All right, so I think that will do it for this little planting. So not too bad. Yeah, we'll see how this grows in the future. Maybe I'll swap the pot out. Maybe I'll add the other two in the future. But for right now, I think we're good with this little triad planting. So, all right, so that is it for the Spring Ginkgofest update. And yeah, thanks to everyone involved. And yeah, that's it for today. So thanks for watching.